Chief sports writer Martin Swain is joined by Wolves legend Steve Bull for the first of our World Cup breakfast videos. Bully talks us through his World Cup experience of Italia '90 and the memories from that tournament. He also looks at the selection problems facing England coach Roy Hodgson. Steve also discusses who he would pick for the Italian job.
Hey everyone, it's the day of the game. This shirt should tell you where we are. It's a genuine England World Cup shirt. If the 3 lines doesn't give it away, then what about the number on the back? 21. Famously worn by the gentleman who's kindly allowed us into his house today, Mr. Steve Bull. All right, bud?
How you doing, Martin? Okay?
Yeah. 24 years ago.
Thanks for reminding me. Yes. It seems like yesterday as I was speaking to a gentleman just, and it's like a flashback all of a sudden, inundated with calls and media and whatever. I'm thinking, well, it was the World Cup, but to me, to you people, it's like special.
Yeah. And there's a gentleman behind the camera who wasn't even born, so...
I know, it does, to be fair. I've just reminded him that he's a Newcastle supporter and he hasn't seen me 4 goals on New Year's Day 1990 yet. So you'll have to get him the DVD.
Excellent. But you're one of the few guys who can just give us a flavour of what it's like, biggest stage of all, in the England dressing room. You know the whole nation's watching the... what's the buzz like?
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, and you can probably vouch for me there because you was there as well. But I know I was playing, but it's absolutely unbelievable. It's like it's the biggest thing in the world. You know, everybody switches off and puts the telly on. It's the World Cup, and for me to be part of it, as coming out of the 2nd or 3rd division, was it's like a dream. You know, I still pinch myself now.
Were you a bit scared?
I was going to swear then. I was doing my pants, to be fair. Jeez. I couldn't get my hat on because I was like a fish out of water, you know. Yeah. I was the only non-league person coming out of the Division 1 Premier League then. I was thinking, what am I doing? What's my first touch going to be like? Are they going to get on with me? Are they going to understand me? What's going to happen? And it just clicked after a few training sessions. It just clicked, and they all got on well. It was a big unit.
Because they talk about a lot of cliques developing in England. It's so hard to get a spirit and unity. Lots of different lads from different.
They never had that. They never had that at all. We all pulled together.
Yeah,
you know, I think we had a bit of disrupt with Sir Bobby Robson, God forbid. Before we went in the media, they was all trying to get onto his back and stuff like that. And they banned the papers from the plane, and we just all stuck together as a great unit. And nobody was better than anybody else, and we just played.
Always a good idea to ban the papers.
Yeah, well, not all the time now, because it's nice to read something, or do the crossword or do whatever. But no, I think once that happened with Sir Bobby, I think everybody dismissed the media, and all the England fans and everybody got right behind the team.
And specifically, Steve, you knew you were in the support cast, but that must be weird because you know you might not play at all, or you could go on at any minute. And we've got a black country-based footballer now, Ben Foster from Albion. He's probably in the same position. He might not get on at all. How do you deal with that?
You can say it that way, but another way, there's loads of people in the Premiership anyway who are never going to go to the World Cup.
Yeah.
So that's the way I found it. I thought, well, I'm a lucky person. I'm here. I don't play or whatever. I am part of this squad, and unfortunately, I did get to play, in a couple of games and a couple of subs and whatever. And I thought I was part of this. I wasn't as big as part as I'd love to have been, but in second string, I didn't mind. Yeah.
And I know you've said to me before that was a team that could have won that tournament. You've never ever doubted that.
Not at all. I think we was a bit of good fortune against the Germans, and we could have gone on further and actually won it.
Yeah.
I thought the spirit, that's the big key in the squad these days. It's a spirit and everybody sticking together as a unit and playing together.
Well, let's talk about it now, because that does suggest, to be fair to you, you have said when we were all doom and gloom after 2010 that you didn't think the picture was as bad as a lot of people were saying, and there were a lot of good young players coming through, and probably feel a bit justified in that now.
Yeah, well, you can see now. I do sit here in the back of my mind and think, are they too young? Are the kids going to be running around like headless chickens, not know where to go and whatever? But they've got to steady the people in there. Like the Lampards, the Gerrards, the people like that to steady the ship. So these youngsters could come and make a damn good name for themselves. To be fair.
Yeah. Which happened to you? Happened to David Platt?
Well, that's what happened, and Platty, a very good friend of mine. He went on further because scoring there as well. Yeah. But now there's some of these young lads can make a massive name for themselves and put their names in history books for England.
What about the debate about Rooney? Can you believe? I mean, you're a big fan. Do you believe that we've actually talked about him not playing?
Well, you could. Like you say, players are there on the fringe, whether they're playing first team, whatever. Rooney's. I think they're trying to wind him up myself. I think the media, the manager, I think even the manager's got a part in him to fire him up to get him ready to go on that leash to get him go, because you get bad media up, somebody in the back saying you're going to be second, you're going to be second win. No, I'm not. I'm going to get out there and show you what I can do. So I think it's a bit of a ploy by the England camp and all the England people to say he's going to go out there and give it a good go.
Yeah, because he's waiting to have that tournament, hasn't he? That one.
Yeah, but he hasn't sparkled, has he? He hasn't sparkled yet in the tournament, and this may be the one. I think if it ain't him, it's going to be Sturridge, Sterling. I think there's going to be one in the camp that's going to go wallop. If Oxlade-Chamberlain is fit, you know what I mean. He was shining the last 2 games when he was playing. I think he's fast as, and he could get us the goals that we need.
So what about this game tonight, though, specifically? Italy, rotten conditions. Sounds like it's going to be a terrible sort of atmosphere, conditions to play in.
Well, it's going to be heat. It's heat, and it's heat, and I would have thought the manager, Roy Hodgson, would have got them prepped, ready. Whether they'd put them in tanks everywhere, sweating to death or whatever. I think he would have got them up and ready to go with this. But I think it'd be a cracking game. I think it'd be a cagey game.
Yeah.
And you know, I think it's one there that we could actually go and get the first win under our belt.
Because it's going to be difficult, because they do know how to play in tournaments, don't they? The Italians, they're no mugs when it comes to
like
sort of
Holland, France, Brazil. You know, they're like they're in the same category. They've seen pick themselves up for these big tournaments, and they do it. But Italy, you know, I mean, we've played against them before in 4th place when we was in 1990.
Yeah.
They're there to be beat. You know, and we're going there, I think, as underdogs, underachievers who ain't going to do anything, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can do something about it.
And scoreline for tonight?
Scoreline for tonight, it's going to be a cagey one. I'm going to go something like 2-1.
2-1.
2-1 England.
Of course.
England's got to be 2-1 England this time. I think get a good start and then kick on from there.
Nice one, bud. Well, Bully's breakfast. Thanks very much.
No worries.
Where's the eggs?
Anytime.